Hi, Prosperity Team. It's Dr. Money. I hope you've had a good day today and that you'll join me for just a few moments to go into the circle of well being. I'm coming to you from the prosperity corner of the universe, and we're going into a different dimension, the circle of well being. There's so many dimensions. We sometimes get in a bad dimension, a dimension where we feel like things won't work out. But it only takes our imagination and the use of a little bit of energy and creativity to move us into a better space. So let's go. Let's go to that better place and space, the prosperity circle of well being. And we do that through the breath. We breathe in and inhale our good, and we exhale good for others. Our intention that others' lives be happy and healthy, and that they have enough. And as we breathe in and breathe out, we imagine that we are being cuddled in this warm place. When I say warm, it's like supportive, that kind of emotional warmth. This warm space in the universe that we've been creating over the past weeks and months. It is a place of well being. And we go there in our imagination and we let it circle us as we breathe in our good, and as we exhale our intention that all others live in happiness and harmony and peace. Breathing in, we breathe in good relationships and good health. We breathe in plenty of material support. And as we exhale, we send the same to others, inhaling and exhaling. And so it is. You may have thought of this, but I'm going to bring it up again, and that is that if our parents or grandparents or even great grandparents have been through a depression or a time of great upset, for example, maybe they were in a war as a resident, or maybe even fighting in a war, then that could spell problems for our prosperity consciousness. Because when people live in fear and lack, that fear and lack can be passed on to the next generation. There were studies done of Holocaust victims, and they studied their children, and the children had these same traumatic markers that their parents had, even though they hadn't been through the same kind of traumas that their parents had been. And this is true really of anything. It's called the multi-generational transmission process, where whatever went on with our parents or our grandparents, and possibly only our grandparents, emotionally is passed down from one generation to the other. And probably everybody in our past at one time or the other, whether it was our parents or our grandparents, went through times of severe lack. When they were in agricultural, then there could be droughts and they maybe didn't have enough to eat. And when they went through the recession, there wasn't enough money. But we carry this with us, and it's up to us really to break these chains. We have to be conscious and we have to be alert for these thoughts and the emotions so that we can bring them to our awareness so that we can heal them, because they will continue just to go from us to our children to their children if they're not stopped and healed. And that's why we do this prosperity work. That's why we say our affirmations. That's why we visualize ourselves having enough. That's why we stop our thoughts when we're worrying about money. All of these things contribute to the healing of ourselves and also our progeny. And we want to stop this cycle of fear and this cycle of lack. You could say the buck stops here. I am willing to do what it takes to break this cycle of fear and lack. Say that. Say that after me. I am willing to do what it takes to break this cycle of fear and lack. And say it after me, with me now. I am willing to do what it takes to break this cycle of fear and lack. And let that be your intention to the universe. Be willing for this to change, and then become alert. What kind of intuition do you get? Know that the chain is being broken. Just trust that it's being broken, and look for ways to change your mind when you can, when you notice how your thoughts are not bringing your good to you. and how your thoughts are scaring you, and begin to create an attitude of appreciation, an attitude of wonderful expectancy, and an attitude of nowness, living in the present moment. Because we got to do what it takes to break this fear and this lack, because these are the seeds of greed that flourish in our culture. It's the reason that people who have billions of dollars keep destroying the planet. They want more and more and more and more and more. It's because they've inherited this fear, and the only way they know how to deal with it is just to stuff more money on it or more stuff on it. And we've become very materialistic at this point. We have a materialism that is breaking our hearts, it's breaking our planets, it's breaking our children, it's breaking our future, and we got to break that cycle. And we're doing it. We're doing it every day through our visualization, through our affirmations, joining the prosperity circle of well-being, having our intention that all others live in harmony and peace and goodness and enoughness. That's what we're about. That's what we're doing here in the prosperity circle. So this is Dr. Money. Thank you for joining me each day or night whenever you tune in into the prosperity circle, into these many moments of wisdom. So take care, and remember for sure that I love you.